Colorado High School Activities Association baseball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network from Gilcrest. The Brush Beet Diggers face the Valley Vikings. Good morning. I'm Kevin Fergus. 10 o'clock in the morning, Mother's Day weekend, beautiful day, sunshiny. We've got baseball, 2 games left, and the 12 and 9 Brush Beet Diggers face the 9 and 12 Valley Vikings. Brush is 3 and 5 in league. Valley is 2 and 6. Common opponents. Valley is 3 and 6. Brush is 3 and 6 against common opponents up to this point. Valley is 3 and 7. Valley played Liberty Common twice, so that's the only difference between those on their opponents. Let's go over starting lineups. Brought to you by Stubbs. Sports fans, when you're traveling, you need one stop that has it all. On I-76, take exit 66A at Wiggins at Stubbs. For Valley, we'll go around their defense. Valley, Caden Serber, senior, playing left field. Alfonso Medina, senior, is playing center field. Elijah Blanco, a senior, is in right field. Ivan Sines, the third baseman, a senior. Brody Loveland, a senior at shortstop. Trent Mestis, a senior at second base. Clay Gable, a junior, the only junior on this starting lineup for Valley. Behind the plate is Caleb Dudley. And on the hill for Valley is Seth Kistler. Seth Kistler is a big, strapping young man. He's the coach's son. Valley comes into the game 26th in RPI, and for Seth Kistler, this is going to be his 9th appearance. 32 innings pitched, 29 base on balls, 52 strikeouts. 3-2 record and a 4.81 ERA. Landon Mesh will lead off for Brush. We'll go through Brush's starting lineup. Mesh will lead off. Trenton Garrett will hit second. Keaton Gillick will hit third, and pitch from Kistler is a strike outside corner of the plate. Valley in their complete white uniforms with pinstripes, lettering, and numerals, all in black and gold. Ball hit towards shortstop. 2 hopper over to Loveland at short. Throws to first. 1 hopper. And Gable is able to dig that out of the dirt for the out. So 6-3 is the put out. 1 out. Trenton Garrett on deck. Keaton Gillick will hit third. Edgar Ortiz is fourth. Pitch upstairs to Trenton Garrett, ball 1. Edgar Ortiz will hit 4th. Dylan Krob 5th. Azavel Betrez will hit 6th. Kistler the sign from Dudley, and the ball is fouled out of play. Strike 1. And then let's see, Dakota Proctor will hit 7th. Eli Klein will hit 8th. Malachi Teal will hit 9th for your Brush Beet Diggers. Kistler, the sign, the 1-1 pitch on its way and in the dirt, low and in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to Trenton Garrett. Brush is on a 4-game winning streak. They beat Ray this last Saturday, not Saturday, today is Saturday. On Thursday, they beat Ray 12-5. And that game was down on Ray. Curved ball by Kistler, a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first inning. No score between these 2 league opponents. Tom Odell, the head coach for the Beet Diggers. Steve Kistler, the head coach for the Valley Vikings. Pitch. Swung at and missed by Garrett. Strike 1. Strikeout number 1 for Kistler. Swinging strike. Keaton Gillick comes to the plate. Gillick hitting .258 on the season, 16 hits, 14 RBIs, 3 doubles. I didn't give you those for Mesh or Garrett. I'll get that to them when they come up their second time. Pitch from Kistler is low and in the dirt to Keaton Jillick. Brush riding that 4-game winning streak. They get a game here today, and they get a game on Monday against Fort Morgan. 2 league games, but nonetheless, it all goes to setting up everything. Pitch, curveball, inside corner, strike. Setting everything up for the playoffs. The top 32 teams make the playoffs. Brush coming into this game, they're in 10th in RPI. Pitch from Kistler, swung at and missed. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kistler 10 pitches in, 7 strikes. The offering outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brush hitting .290 as a team. .413 is their on-base percentage. The 2-2 pitch on its way, and that ball hit towards shortstop. 2 hops over to Loveland. Loveland over, and the ball gets away from the first baseman, so an error on Loveland as Jillick gets down the line well enough in order to be able to get there safely. But the throwing error by the shortstop. Edgar Ortiz comes to the plate. Ortiz hitting .340, 17 hits, 17 RBIs, 3 doubles, and 2 home runs. I don't think there's going to be any home runs today. .328 down the lines, .365 in left center, .360 in right center, .372, but the wind is making the flag stand out straight. Pitch is outside to Edgar Ortiz. The wind is blowing straight in from center field, right in the batter's face, the catcher's face, umpire, me. I'm sitting right behind home plate. Pitch, and Ortiz hit by a pitch. Curveball, and just it kept running inside, and it got Ortiz, so he'll jog down to first base. And we'll see if Coach Odell ends up doing a courtesy runner. And it's Bentley Talent will be the courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner coming in, number 26.
Dylan Krob steps in. Runners at first and second. After the first 2 runners, the first 2 hitters were out in the inning. Jillick reached on an error, and Ortiz on with a hit by pitch. Dylan Krob comes to the plate, hitting .259, 14 hits, 19 RBIs, 5 doubles. Pitch is low and outside to Krob. Runners at first and second. It'd be great if Brush would be able to get a run here in the top of the first inning. Pitch swung at and missed by Krob. No balls and a strike, 2 outs, runners at first and second. Jillick at second. Talent at first, running is a courtesy for the pitcher. Seth Kistler, the next pitch, curveball, strike 2. Started about the middle of the plate, dropped to the outside corner. Kistler, the sign from Dudley, the 0-2 pitch on its way, swung at and missed. And throw down to first. And the strikeout swinging. Kistler gets 2 strikeouts in the inning, so for Brush. No runs, no hits, 1 Valley error, 2 runners left on base for Brush after a half inning of play. Brush 0, Valley coming to the plate. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers facing the Valley Vikings in Gilcrest today. Brush leaves 2 runners on the top of the first, wasn't able to convert those into runs. Valley comes to the plate. Alfonso Medina will lead off for Valley. Brody Loveland will hit second. Seth Kistler in the 3 spot. Caleb Dudley hits 4th. Trent Mestis will hit 5th. Ivan Sines hits 6th. Elijah Blanco 7th. Caden Serber will hit 8th. And Clay Gable will hit 9th. For the Beat Diggers, Malachi Teal will be in left field. Dylan Kropp, the senior, is in center. Dakota Proctor in right field. Trent Garrett at third base. Landon Mesh, the senior, at shortstop. Gavasvale Betrez
Leading off for the Vikings.
at second base.
For
Keaton Jillick, the senior, at first base.
Medina.
Eli Klein behind the plate, senior, and Edgar Ortiz, the senior. On the hill for the Beat Diggers. This is 6th appearance for Edgar. A 5.63 ERA, 1-0 record, 13 2/3 innings, 7 base on balls, 12 strikeouts. First pitch from Ortiz to Medina is a strike on the outside corner. Pitch from Ortiz, ball, first base hit of the ball game. Alfonso Medina hits that ball between third and shortstop out into left field for the base hit.
Number 1, Brody Loveland.
Brody Loveland comes to the plate. Medina was hitting .423 coming into the game. Brody Loveland hitting .323. Is the next batter. He has 21 hits, 10 RBIs, 5 doubles, 1 triple. Loveland, the shortstop for Valley. From the stretch, Ortiz to the plate. Strike on the outside corner. I like this umpire's strike zone today. When they had the national anthem, the flag was standing straight out. So I imagine the wind's blowing somewhere around 15 to 18 miles per hour. Squares around to bunt, pitch, and the throw down to second base, and safe at second on the stolen base.
Bonzo's going to steal second.
Nice throw by Eli Klein. Batter pulled back, so 1 ball, 1 strike. I think the umpire said no, he got his bat in the zone the whole time. So no balls, 2 strikes. Pitch. Strikeout number 3, or strikeout number 1. That was the 3rd strike.
That'll bring up number 15.
First strikeout for Edgar Ortiz. Seth Kistler comes to the plate with runner at second base. Kistler hitting .385 coming into the game. 25 hits, 16 RBIs, 7 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs for Kistler. Big kid, 6'3", good-looking athlete for the Valley Vikings. As I mentioned, the first 8 hitters in the lineup are all seniors. Strike on the outside corner to Kistler from Ortiz. Ortiz ahead in the count, no balls and a strike. The offering, that ball is in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike to Kistler. Ortiz, the sign from Klein behind the plate for the Beat Diggers. Bottom of the first inning, no score. Pitch just outside. 2 balls and a strike. It's a number 15, Seth Kistler. Brush Beat Diggers, they've got their white pants on today with their maroon tops with the gold lettering, pinstriping, numerals. 2-1 pitch. Strike outside corner. Evens the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Clear blue sky, sun shining, 65 degrees, game time temperature. Valley used to play up at Bigfoot Turf Farm. 2-2 pitch, and that ball's fouled to the third base dugout. Jeff Stone, over longtime assistant for the Vikings, grabs that ball and gets it back to the pitcher. They played out at Bigfoot Turf Farm, which was about 4 or 5 miles east of Gilcrest. But Valley did a nice venture, and they put in this nice field here in Gilcrest. That pitch, outside corner, but it was just low. Full count to the number 3 hitter, Seth Kistler. 1 out, no score. Medina with a base hit and stolen base on at second base. 3-2 to Kistler. Next pitch is on its way, and that ball's hit towards third base. Garrett keeps it in front, but
that will be safe at first with a single. Third baseman will knock it down.
We'll give him a base hit on that. It hit Garrett in the glove.
Alfonso
But,
will stay in second. We will get a courtesy runner for Seth, number 5, Corbin Holden. Now up, number
Corbin
7,
Holden is the courtesy runner for the pitcher,
Dudley.
Seth Kistler. Caleb Dudley, the senior, number 4 hitter for Valley. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Dudley hitting .283, 17 hits, 12 RBIs, 6 doubles, 1 home run. As I mentioned, the wind's blowing in. If I was in the outfield, especially straightaway center field, I would not be playing too deep. First pitch swung out and missed by Dudley. Runners at first and second. The ball was hit to Garrett at third. He kept it in front of him, and then it clanged off his glove and went into foul territory. Medina did not go to third, so he stayed at second. So runners at first and second, and that ball is fouled to the screen. I could have caught it. Stick my glove up right here. It was coming right towards me. No balls, 2 strikes. See if Brush can get out of this. Double play would be great. Up the middle, double play depth. Ortiz the pitch. Strikeout and throw out. Nice. Double play. Got it the unconventional way to end the inning. So Edgar Ortiz, 2 strikeouts in the inning, but we've got the strikeout, throw him out at third base. So no score. And for Valley, they had no runs, 1 hit, and they leave 1 runner on base. So after 1 complete inning of play, Brush 0, Valley 0. You're listening to B Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and Eastern Plains Sports Network. Kevin Fergus with you this morning. Brush B Digger Baseball, Mother's Day weekend. Beautiful sunshiny day. I think we're set up after the rains that came this past week for good week of 60, 70, 80 degree temperatures coming into this next week, and it's going to be beautiful baseball weather. And I know Brush plays on Monday against Fort Morgan in Fort Morgan. I think that is the 2:30 start, and that'll be right now. I assume it's going to be on KSIR and Eastern Plains Sports Network, 1010. And Valley, they end up playing here on Monday, and they play Platte Valley, which is their biggest rival that's close. Kersey and Gilcrest school districts border one another. Kistler finishes up his warm-up, and Dudley throws down to second base. So for Brush here in the top of the second inning, number 6 in the lineup is Azavel Betrez. Betrez comes to the plate, hitting .265, 13 hits, 3 RBIs, and Azavel has 1 triple to his credit. The pitch, and that ball is a strike. Fastball inside half of the plate. Kistler 18 pitches, 12 strikes. Working quickly, the pitch Pitch is up and in to Betrez. 1 ball, 1 strike. Good crowd for Brush here today. Valley, this is going to be their senior day. The 1-1 pitch on its way. And that ball is fouled up and over the screen into the stands. Nice catch by Mr. Proctor. Pollard. The 1-2 pitch. That ball fouled out of play. The 1-2 on its way. Curveball, and that's fouled by Betrez. Third base side to the third base dugout. Seth Kistler ahead in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. That ball is outside. Count evens at 2. Betrez leadoff hitter here in the top of the 2nd inning. No score by either team. Valley is stranded 2. Valley is stranded 1. Brush is stranded 2. The pitch. That ball, strikeout number 3 by Seth Kistler. Swinging strike.
I'll bring up number 7, Dakota Proctor.
Dakota Proctor comes to the plate. Proctor hitting .222 on the season, 10 hits, 5 RBIs, no extra base hits. Proctor wears number 7. Today he's playing in right field. The next pitch from Kistler, curveball inside, almost hit Proctor. He steps back out of the way. Ball and no strikes, 1 out. Kistler, the pitch, upstairs, 2-0. Pitch. That ball swung at and missed by Proctor. 2 balls and a strike. Swung at and missed, strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out here, top of the 2nd inning. Talked to Coach Odell before the game. He thought the game against Ray on Thursday was their most complete game that they played all season. That's nice that you have a 4-game winning streak coming in here. That ball's fouled to the third base dugout. You have a 4-game winning streak as you're getting close to the end of the season, and you have the coach say, I think we had the most complete game all season, and you're going to be heading to playoffs next Saturday. Ball is curveball, strike, and foul to the screen. Eli Klein is on deck for the Beet Diggers. 2-2 pitch. Swung at and missed. Strikeout number 4 for Seth Kistler. Strikeout swinging. Pitch looked to me like it was up and out of the zone, but Proctor chased after it. 2 outs in the inning. Klein, the senior, to the plate. 9 hits, 10 RBIs, 2 home runs on the season. Swung at and missed. Strike 1. Two outs, top of the 2nd inning. Pitch just outside. Dudley set up outside. That's where he wanted that pitch. And Kistler complied, threw it right where it was. The 1-1 pitch. That ball is fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Eli Klein. There's times where the wind is blowing just really, really good, and then it lets up completely. So the 1-2 pitch, 2 outs. Strikeout number 3. Kistler strikes out the side. That's strikeout number 5 for Kistler. Brush goes down 1, 2, 3, so no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left after 1.5 innings of play. Brush 0, Valley 0. You're listening to Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beet Digger Baseball in Valley. Wind is blowing pretty good. Blew my my bag off my table here. See if we can keep everything weighted down so everything doesn't blow away. No score between the Valley Vikings, Brush Beet Diggers, 0-0. Bottom of the second inning. For Valley, Trenton Mestis will come to the plate. Mestis hitting .340 on the season, 18 hits, 14 RBIs, 5 doubles.
Leading off for the Vikings, number 10, Trent Mestis.
Edgar Ortiz, 16 pitches, 12 strikes. Pitch on its way, and that ball is hit towards third base. Garrett gets it on the grass. Over to Jillick at first. One pitch. 5-3 on the put out.
That'll bring up number 9.
Ivan Signs comes to the plate. Signs hitting .154 on the season. 8 hits, 3 RBIs. Signs with 21 strikeouts in 21 games for Valley. So a strikeout possibility. Ortiz, the sign from Klein, pitches upstairs, ball 1. Garrett in on the grass, Jillick on the grass at first and third. Pitch is just outside, low and outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Two balls, no strikes. The pitch, and that ball's hit out to left field for a base hit over the third baseman's head. Keel picks it up, gets it into Mesh at shortstop, over to second base, Petrez. So hard single line drive to left field. Elijah Blanco comes to the plate. Blanco hitting .143. He only has 14 at bats, 2 hits, 1 double. I think Coach Kistler started all his seniors today. Pitch is low, in the dirt, ball and no strikes. To number 19, Elijah Blanco. Lead off at first, 3-step lead. Pitch is in the dirt. Gets away from Eli Klein for the pass ball. So 2 balls, no strikes. And Signs moves from first to second on the pass ball.
Ivan moves up to second on the wild pitch.
So runner in scoring position. 1 out for Valley here in the bottom of the second inning. No score. Edgar, the sign, pitch, strike. 2 balls and a strike. Blanco in his 14 at bats has 8 strikeouts. Coach Odell just comes out because on the wild pitch, I think Coach Odell was thinking that was a swinging strike. Not. The umpire clarified that with Coach Odell. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner at second, 1 out. Blanco at the plate. Ortiz, Klein working together as the battery, and we got a time by the batter. Umpire grants it. Igor was almost in his motion and started, but umpire held him up. The next pitch, 2-1, and that pitch is inside. 3 balls and a strike. To a batter that we should get out right here. Throw a strike. Come on now. 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch. Strike 2. Full count to Blanco. Payoff pitch. Ortiz to the plate. And that pitch is ball 4 in the dirt. So runners at first and second.
Number 8,
Caden Serber. Serber hitting 111. 3 hits, 1 RBI, 1 double. And let's see, Serber 27 at bats, 19 strikeouts. So go get him right here, Igor. That pitch is outside. Base hit by Signs. Base on ball by Blanco, first and second. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. That ball's hit out to left field. That ball is going to drop for a base hit. And short left field. Teal comes up with it. Coach Kistler ends up stopping Signs at third base, so the bases will be loaded. So 2 hits here in the inning.
Number 22, Clay Gable.
Clay Gable, the number 9 hitter in the lineup. Gable does not have a batting average and no hits. He has 1 RBI in his 12 at bats. How is that possible? He could have walked with the bases loaded. I don't know. That ball is fouled at the plate. Bases are loaded. 1 out here in bottom of the second inning. Valley just hoping that Gable is able to give him some productivity here, and then they get the top of the lineup. Medina base hit in the first inning, coming on the on-deck circle, and that ball's fouled at the plate. So Gable, let's see, how many strikeouts does Mr. Gable have? Gable, 7 strikeouts and his 12 at bat. Basically, these 7, 8, 9 hitters are a strikeout just waiting to happen. Just throw strikes. Just go after them. Come on now. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases loaded for Valley. Rush in on the grass at the corners. Double play depth on the outside, up the middle. Strike out as the pitch is on the outside half of the plate. Swinging strike out. So that's a second out in the inning. Bases are loaded. Alfonso Medina comes to the plate with a single between short and third in the first inning. He was stranded. Here we are at the bottom of the second. Medina's getting his second at bat. Edgar Ortiz, the sign from Eli Klein. Pitch. That ball is hit just foul down the left field line. Signs on at third, Blanco at second, Serber at first. Edgar Ortiz, the sign. Next pitch, head in the count, no balls and a strike, and that ball is hit towards first base. Gillick grabs it on one hop, steps on the bag. Brush gets out of the inning. Brush gives up 2 hits, and there were no errors. Valley leaves 3 after 2 complete innings of play. Brush and Valley scoreless. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers working their way towards the playoffs. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Brush is up to 10th in RPI as of this morning. Brush looking to improve that. There's not much room for them to be able to go, really, I think, from there. But with them at 10th, Sterling is 9th, Colorado Academy is 8th, and there's 300ths that separate those 3 teams. So Brush could move from 10th to 8th. It would be a reach, but Brush would need the victory today as well as a victory on Monday against Fort Morgan. Malachi Teal steps to the plate from the left side. Pitch, a strike to Teal on the outside corner. Teal hitting .241 on the season. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Teal with 7 hits, 7 RBIs, and a double. Nothing's out of question, really, in regard to the playoffs, but we'll just have to wait and see how everything plays out today. That pitch, curveball, off-speed pitch, and Teal was out on his front foot, swings through that pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kistler with 5 strikeouts through his 2 innings of work. Pitch, and that ball is left field, and Medina, no, that's Loveland. Loveland, the shortstop, goes into short left field in order to chase that down, and he gets the out.
That'll bring the Beat Diggers back to the top of their lineup.
Top of the order, Landon Mesh steps in. Mesh hitting .529 coming into this game, 0 for 1 already. 37 hits, 16 RBIs, 9 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. Landon, the senior shortstop for these Beat Diggers. That pitch is outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Number 6 for the Beat Diggers. And that ball is foul. That pitch was in on the hands. Mesh fouls it off to the screen. Garrett will be on deck for the Diggers. The 1-1 pitch on its way, and that ball is popped up. Loveland goes out, left field, short left field, calls off the left fielder for the out. So Mesh is 0 for 2 on the day.
Second out of the inning.
So
That'll bring up
2 outs.
Garrett.
Trenton Garrett to the plate. Garrett hitting .268, and he's 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time. 11 hits, 7 RBIs, 3 doubles for Garrett. 2 outs, top of the third, and that pitch is upstairs, ball 1. Kistler, the pitch, curveball, inside half of the plate, catches that for the strike. 44 pitches for Kistler. The ball hit to second base over to first base for the out. Trent Nestis picks it up, gets it to Clay Gable, 4-3 on the put out. So for Brush, they go down 1-2-3. This is the second inning in a row. They've gone down 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors for Brush. Nobody left. And after 2.5 innings of play, Brush 0, Valley 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers, Valley Vikings play here in Gilcrest. Beautiful field that Valley has put together here. I like the dimensions down the lines and into center field. The only thing that they did not do for this field is something that costs quite a bit of money, and that's to be able to put up lights. And I know they ended up talking about that, and I think for each of the light poles, you know, it was going to cost an X amount of dollars. And they said if we wanted to do that, we could probably get the donations in order to be able to make that happen, but they haven't done that yet. And this is what about the line drive out, ball hit by Brody Loveland to his counterpart Landon Mesh at shortstop for the out. So line drive.
That'll bring up number 15,
Seth Kistler comes to the plate with one out, bottom of the third inning. So one pitch, one out. Kistler to the plate. Ball is upstairs. One ball, no strikes. Kistler with a single his first time. Valley is stranded 4, and that ball is fouled down the left field line. A ball on a strike. Ortiz, the pitch, one ball, one strike, and that ball is fouled. At the plate. So Ortiz ahead in the count. One ball, two strikes, one out here in the bottom of the third inning. No score. One, two. That ball's hit towards short. Mesh picks it up, throws over to first, but Kistler gets down the line good enough. I mean, it would have had to have been an amazing play. I mean, for Landon to pick it up and get the throw over to first was great, but not enough in order to be able to get the out. So, nonetheless, Kistler on at first.
Now up to like number 7.
Coleman is on at first as a courtesy runner for Kistler as he walks back to the dugout. So one out. Caleb Dudley struck out his first at bat. Pitch is outside to Dudley. I keep thinking, yeah, this wind is going to let up. When it does, it's beautiful. I mean, the sun's shining down. It's warm and the sun's doing what it needs to do. 3-step lead at first for Holman. The pitch. That ball is popped up and it is out of play. Strike one. A ball and a strike to the number 4 hitter in the lineup, number 7, Caleb Dudley, catcher for today's ball game. Normally Seth Kistler is behind the plate, but he's on the mound for the Vikings. Next pitch, 1-1 on its way. And that ball is popped up. Garrett into foul ground over by the third base coach's box. Squeezes it for the out. So 2 outs in the inning. Mestis comes to the plate. He grounded out to Garrett. His first at bat. So a runner at first. And pickoff attempt, and he's back safely. Ortiz from the stretch. Pitch is low and in the dirt. Curveball outside, low and in the dirt. Three-step lead at first. Ortiz, the sign from Klein. The pitch just outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs here, bottom of the third inning. No score from Valley. Valley is made up of Platteville, Gilchrist, and LaSalle, and that ball hit down the third base line for a base hit. So runners at first and second for Valley, base hit.
That'll bring up number 9.
Valley's been getting their base hits, Brush not so much. But Ivan Signs comes to the plate. He had a single his first time up. He hit his ball over Garrett's head at third base. Ivan Signs, number 9 on his back. So runners all 3 innings for Valley. Stranded 1 in the first, 3 last inning. We've got runners first and second, 2 outs here in the third inning. Pitch outside. Ball and no strikes. Senior day for the Valley Vikings here in Gilcrest. Ortiz, the pitch. Strike 1, count evens. I mentioned Signs coming into the game was hitting 154. Signs with 21 strikeouts, so a victim possible. Pitch, and that pitch is just outside. I like this umpire's strike zone, I really do. But 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is inside, 3 balls and a strike to Ivan Signs. Third baseman for the Vikings today. Ortiz has to make this pitch work. Pitch on its way, and that ball is popped up and out of play. Count is full. Kistler, Coach Kistler at third base box, making sure his runners don't leave too quick. Make sure the ball is on its way to the plate. The payoff pitch from Edgar Ortiz to Ivan Signs on its way. Strikeout number 4 for Edgar Ortiz. Strikeout swinging, so no runs. There was 1 hit, and there were 2 runners left on base for Valley. So after 3 complete innings of play, Brush 0, Valley 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush and Valley scoreless as we go to the top of the 4th inning. Beautiful baseball weather in Gilcrest. Kevin Fergus with you today. Seth Kistler for the Valley Vikings. Not only hasn't given up a run, he hasn't given up a hit to Brush as of yet. Brush reached base in the first inning with a hit by pitch, an error, and then a hit by pitch. And those 2 runners were stranded. Brush has gone down 1, 2, 3 in the second and the third innings. Here we are, the 4th inning. Curveball, a strike to Keaton Gillick as it crosses right at the knees. So Kistler with a no-hitter through 3 pitches. Strike 2 inside half of the plate. Dudley setting up on the outside half of the plate. No balls, 2 strikes to Gillick. Curveball. Strike 3.
Gets him looking for the first
Strikeout number 6 for Seth Kistler.
Number 27, Edgar Ortiz.
So I would say that Seth Kistler is dealing today. 6 strikeouts through 3 1/3. Edgar Ortiz comes to the plate. 1 out here, top of the 4th inning. Pitch. That ball is hit out to right field, and that ball is over the right fielder's head. Edgar Ortiz rounds first and is going to second, and Coach Odell is bringing him all the way to third. Ortiz is digging, slides head first for a triple to break up Kistler's no-hitter. go triple to the right field corner. And the way the wind was blowing, I think that ended up helping that play all the way around. Blanco, the right fielder, goes back, and he didn't really make a good play on that, and it goes all the way to the corner. Bentley Talent comes to third as a courtesy runner for Edgar. Edgar took a nosedive into third base. Probably have to dig out the ground, the grass, the dirt right there in order to put it back in place, because Edgar kind of shoveled it out of the way as he made it his way to third base. So Brush with runner at third, and ball's hit. It's back to Kistler by Dylan Krupp. So the pitch hit back to Kistler.
Get the second out of the inning.
So a ground out. 1-3 is the put out from pitcher to the first baseman. 2 outs in the inning. That wasn't enough to get Talent back home to the plate. Asvail Betrez comes to the plate. 2 outs, runner at third for the Diggers, and that ball swung at and missed by Betrez. Curveball outside half of the plate. Betrez swings over the top of that pitch. Kistler dealing, pitch on its way. Outside corner, strike 2. Kistler 6 strikeouts. 3 2/3 innings. Runner at third. Bentley Talent. Courtesy for Ortiz, who hit a triple to the right field corner. The 0-2 pitch. Strikeout number 7 for Seth Kistler. So Brush broke up the no-hitter, but they leave a runner stranded. So after halfway through the game, Beat Diggers 0, Valley 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Halfway through the game here in Valley, Brush 0, Valley 0. Edgar Ortiz broke up the no-hitter that Seth Kistler was pitching for the Valley Vikings with a triple, but remained stranded at third base. So Brush wasn't able to get him in. Valley comes to the plate here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Leading off for the Vikings.
Valley leading off is Elijah Blanco. Right fielder who chased that down. Ortiz's triple to the corner, and that ball is fouled to the third base side. So halfway through, we've got Brush no runs, 1 hit, and Valley no runs and 6 hits. Brush is stranded 3, Valley is stranded 6. Pitch is outside to Blanco. Count evens at 1. Blanco walked his last at bat. The only base on ball that Ortiz has given up, and that ball is popped up, and it is just out of play, maybe by about 8 feet. Klein didn't see it. Ortiz and Jillick came hard, but weren't able to catch up, and then it was just over the fence. As I mentioned before, you got Blanco at the plate. Strikeout possibility. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Get this first guy out in the inning. Pitch. And that ball is base hit. Valley, all they do is they just keep getting base hit after base hit after base hit. But they haven't been able to score. So that's been a good thing for the Beat Diggers. But hit number 7.
Number 8, Caden Matt Serber.
Caden Serber comes to the plate. And he singled his last time. And that ball that he hit was over Mesh's head in the left center field. So Blanco leads off at first. Valley continues with traffic on the bases, and that ball is fouled at the plate on the attempt to bunt. You know, when you've got the wind blowing in and you've got a 0-0 ball game and we're getting to this point in the game and you got the bottom half of the lineup, nobody out, that's a nice idea. Get the runner moved up, get him into scoring position. Maybe Brush can pull out some magic and get a double play here. Wouldn't that be great? And that ball is popped. Ortiz picks it up, gets it to Jillick at first for the sacrifice bunt. So 1 out in the inning.
Throwing out at first. Move the runner up to second. That'll bring up number 22, Clay Gable.
Clay Gable, number 9 hitter for the Vikings. Runner at second, 1 out. Ortiz, the sign, the pitch, and that ball's hit towards Betrez over to first and tags him. Nice play, nice communication between the two umpires. The throw was just a little bit wide. Jillick came off the base, and Jillick ended up putting the tag on. Umpire at first base on the field called safe, but he deferred to the home plate umpire, and the home plate umpire confirmed that, yes, he did get the tag. So 2 outs in the inning, and the runner moves up to third base. So Alfonso Medina, 1 for 2 on the day. Single to start the game toward to left field, and grounded out to Jillick at first, his last at bat. Second pitch, strike, count evens at 1. Runner at third base for Valley. Ortiz, the pitch, and that ball is hit to center field. Krob is back and squeezes it for the out. So for Valley, no runs, 1 hit, and they leave a runner after 4 complete innings of play. Brush 0, Valley 0. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush and Valley deadlocked after 4 innings, 0-0. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Seth Kistler no-hitter was broke up last inning by Edgar Ortiz triple to the right field corner. Brush wasn't able to get him around in order to be able to score, or from the third base in to score. Valley, they had a leadoff single and a sacrifice, and they end up getting their runner to third base, but they weren't able to get him to where he could score. So Valley is stranded. A goodly number today. Valley is stranded 7. Brush is stranded 3. Dakota Proctor comes to the plate for the Diggers. Top of the 5th inning. Game moving along quickly. We started right at 10 o'clock. Kistler, the pitch to Dudley, the pitch. That ball hit up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit by Proctor.
Proctor will be faced at first with a single. Ball come off the mound, hard hop, and struggle to field that one.
Eli Klein
That'll bring up number 10,
to the plate
Eli Klein.
for the Diggers. Proctor leads off at first, 3-step lead at first. Pitch, and Klein attempts the bunt. It goes foul in the about 8 feet towards the third base dugout. So Brush attempting to do some small ball, just like what Valley did in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Move a runner up, get him in scoring position. Didn't get a base hit and score him. Anyway, runner at first, and that pitch was up and in, and actually over Eli's head. So count evens at 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Proctor at first with the single, up the middle, pitch, and that ball is bunted foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Malachi Teal on deck for the Beet Diggers. Kistler from the stretch to the plate, and that ball is popped up mile high. Catcher, pitcher, who's going to get it? And it drops fair, and we'll get the out at second base. Nope. And that ball is thrown in the dirt to the shortstop, Loveland, by Dudley, and everybody's safe. So
The ball dropped in between pitcher and catcher.
we have
Error on the throw down to second. Everybody's safe.
a base hit because it dropped in fair territory and nobody touched it. But then we have the out at second, and that's by the catcher as he throws down to second. How about that? Coach Kistler is going to come out and talk to his infield just to make sure that everybody is on the same page. Malachi Teal goes down and talks to his coach, Odell, in the third base coach's box, Proctor over. And for Brush, Gonzalez is running for Eli Klein. So see what Brush has in motion for this with nobody out, runners at first and second. Better Electric, covering all electric work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. Call 970-521-1030. So Coach Kistler is done talking to his infield, making sure that they're in the positions that they need to be. Coach Odell talking to Proctor at second, Gonzalez at first. Nobody out. Malachi Teal comes to the plate. In a 0-0 game, top of the fifth inning. See if Brush can break this game open right here. Teal get a base hit down the right field line. Wouldn't that be cool? That ball swung and missed by Teal. Pitch on the outside half of the plate, trailing away from a left-handed hitting Teal. Kistler from the stretch to the plate, and ball's laid down, bunt, nice bunt, and out at third.
Ivan fields the bunt. They'll get the lead runner at third.
So the third baseman picks it up, throws it to the shortstop at third. So Brush still with one out. So we got the fielder's choice.
That'll bring up number 6, Landon Mack.
Landon Mesh comes to the plate. Runners at first and second, one out. Pitch to Landon, a ball. Kistler not out of the woods just yet. The pitch is fouled by Mesh. Out of play, 1 ball, 1 strike. Kistler 60 pitches, 44 strikes. Pitch to the plate. Pitch is on the outside corner. Strike 2 to Landon Mesh. Landon's been in this territory before, down on the count. Comes up with a big base hit. This would be ideal time for that. Kistler shakes off his catcher Dudley, then nods yes. The pitch, the 1-2. And that ball is hit towards second base. Tough play, and Mesh over to first and out. 4-3 on the put out, but the runners move up to second and third for the Beet Diggers. So 2 outs in the inning.
Both runners will move up, now third and second. Now up number 1, Trenton Garrett.
2 outs, Garrett at the plate. 0-for-2 on the day. Runners in scoring position for the Diggers. And that ball hit up the middle. Over to Loveland at first, over to first, and the ball is dropped by the first baseman. The first runner comes in and scores, and Brush Teal Kim's around third and scores. The bat is in the batter's box, the right-handed batter's box. Teal has to slide through the bat in order to be able to get to the plate, but Brush takes a 2-0 lead on the air by the first baseman. Loveland gets the ball, throws to the first baseman, Gable, and Gable drops it for the air. Wow.
For the Beat Diggers. Now up, number 12.
2 outs in the inning. Brush with a 2-0 lead. Garrett back in at first. Keaton Gillick at the plate. 2 outs, Garrett at first. 2 runs in, the pitch. And that ball hit towards right field, and that ball's going to drop for a base hit. And Garrett goes around second to third, standing up. Gillick with a base hit to right field for the single. Went with the pitch, hit it right where it was pitched to the right side.
Now up.
Edgar Ortiz comes to the plate. Ortiz had a triple his last time up to break up the no-hitter. But the Diggers score 2 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. So Ortiz at the plate. Valley with 2 errors here in the inning. Runners at first and third for the Beat Diggers. Pitch, curveball, strike to Ortiz. Pitched crossed right at the knees, inner half of the plate. Gillick leads off at first, not far. The pitch to the plate, and that ball is hit towards the right side. It's going to be kind of in a no man's land. And the Brush scores 1 run to make it 3-0. Gillick goes from first to third. Gillick comes in and he scores the 4th run, and the run counts. And Ortiz is out at second. So for Brush, they score 4 runs on 1 hit. There were 2 errors. Brush does not leave any runners on base. Brush with a 4-0 lead over Valley as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers score 4 runs on 1 hit and 2 errors from Valley in the top of the 5th inning. Edgar Ortiz, as he rounded first, goes to second, gets thrown out after the single to right field. Kind of amazing how Brush was able to score. And Ortiz out. So for Valley, Brody Loveland will come to the plate for Valley.
Brody Loveland.
We talked to Coach Kistler before the game, and this is exactly how he said sometimes they end up playing. He says, we look great, and then we end up losing. And Brush only has 4 hits on the day, 5 hits on the day, excuse me. But they've scored 4 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. Pitch a strike to Loveland. Edgar Ortiz on the mound for the Diggers, and that ball hit out to center field. Dylan Krob back, and it's over his head. Loveland around first. He'll be at second, and he's going to go for 3. I think he ended up missing a bag, but nonetheless, he has a triple to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Ball was hit up and over.
That'll bring up number 15.
Dylan Krob's head and straightaway center field on a line drive, hard line drive. Seth Kistler at the plate, 2 for 2 on the day. That was the 8th hit for Valley. And that ball is popped up And Jillick gets it at first base for the out.
That pops it up. The first baseman will squeeze it for the first out of the inning.
So not deep enough for the runner at third to tag up and come home. So Caleb Dudley comes to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Pitch, Ortiz squeezes through the 5-hole, Eli Klein, but not far enough away for Loveland to be able to come in and score. The pitch is a ball. Ortiz, the sign from Klein, the pitch just outside. 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 on its way, and that ball hit up the middle. It's going to be a catch now by Krob. He dove for the ball, but it landed on the grass for the single. RBI single. So Valley ends up scoring their first run. Score is 4-1. Beat Diggers over the Vikings. Trent Messis comes to the plate.
Number 10.
1 for 2 on the day. Valley is stranded runner after runner after runner. 7 in the game coming into this inning. Brush scores 4 runs. Pitch, and that ball's hit out to Proctor in right field, catches the ball.
Brent Lives going out to right field. He'll settle under the fly ball and squeeze it for the second out of the inning.
2 outs in the inning.
We're going to get a courtesy runner coming in for Caleb, number 3, Easton Alps.
Easton Alps will be courtesy runner for the catcher.
Now for the Vikings.
Ivan Signs comes to the plate.
Ivan.
1 for 2 on the day. Brush with a 4-1 lead. 4 runs on 5 hits. Valley 1 run on 9 hits. But Valley has 3 errors. Short lead and pitch upstairs. Ball 1. Two outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. From the stretch, Edgar Ortiz. And that pitch is upstairs. Klein throws down to Jillick at first. Pitch number 70 for Edgar Ortiz. 45 strikes, 25 balls. Signs at the plate. Pitch in the dirt, just underneath Klein. Runner does not go. 3 balls, no strikes to Ivan Signs, third baseman. Coach Odell is going to come out, talk to Edgar and the infield, just make sure everything is good. This is about the point in the game the other day when Edgar was pitching and we get 70 pitches in. He starts to tire a little bit, just the capacity to be able to take on that extra workload. Agricultural accounting. You're a producer, not an accountant. Let them plow through your paperwork. Visit agman.co today to set up a consultation. Coach Odell done with his consultation at the mound. Makes it quick, to the point. 3 balls, no strikes to Ivan Signs. Runner at first with a run in for Valley here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Brush with a 4-1 lead. All the scoring here in the 5th inning. Brush with 4 in the top half. Pitch a strike to Signs, taking all the way. On its way, and ball 4.
Ivan draws the walk.
So second base on ball that Ortiz has given up on the day. So runners at first and second. Elijah Blanco comes to the plate. Runners at first and second, a run in, 2 outs in the inning. Blanco at the plate, the pitch just outside. Blanco walked and then had a single over Garrett's head into left field. His last at bat. Go get him right here, Edgar. Pitch just outside. You got these guys coming up, and they've got batting averages in the hundreds. They've got out more than they've had success getting on base. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch, swinging strike. 2 balls and a strike. Ortiz number 27, Klein number 10. The battery mates today. The pitch on its way. Pitch is inside. 3 balls and a strike. See if Brush can avert Valley scoring again here in this inning. They scored 1 run in the inning. Pitch, strike on the outside corner. Full count. Pitch on its way, check swing, foul ball. Payoff pitch, 3-2, will be on its way. Come on, Edgar, throw a strike, pitch, and that ball is popped up and out of play. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runners at first and second. The payoff pitch, and that ball is fouled down the right field line. Gillick goes over, gives chase, but it goes into foul ground over the fence. Blanco hanging tough. Check swing, foul ball, and then a foul ball over the right field fence. Payoff pitch, ball 4.
Elijah draws the walk. That'll load
It's the third
number 8.
base on ball for Ortiz on the day. Caden Serber comes to the plate. And Coach Odell's going to come out and he's going to make a change.
We're gonna get a meeting at the mound.
So we'll go through a few things here. We'll figure out who's going to be coming in and pitching. I think maybe it's going to be Landon or Krob. I'm not sure which one. I talked to Coach Odell beginning of the game, and that's kind of what he said he would end up doing. But anyway, we'll do this until we figure out who's going where. Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more at sydneyrmc.com. Broadcast also brought to you by Premier Farm Credit. For over 100 years, they've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit premieraca.com. And looks like we will put Landon Mesh on the hill for the Beat Diggers.
Number 6.
So we'll switch around. Ortiz will go to first. Gillick will go to shortstop. Mesh will go to the hill. And we'll call that good. So for the Beat Diggers, defensively, Teal in left, Krob in center, Proctor in right. Garrett at short, Garrett at third, Gillick at short, Betrez at second, Ortiz at first, Klein behind the plate, and Landon Mesh on the hill for the Beat Diggers. Bases loaded. Those three runners are going to be Ortiz, but we'll give some numbers on Mesh. And his ERA is 6.87. This will be his 10th appearance. 1 win, 2 losses for Mesh, 18 and a third innings. He's given up 9 base on balls and struck out 20. So Ortiz, through his 4 2/3 innings, he's given up 3 base on balls, and he also has 4 strikeouts. So everybody back to where they need to be.
Number 8.
Mesh on the hill.
Server.
Bases loaded. Dudley at third. Signs at second. Blanco at first. Caden Serber at the plate. Pitch from the senior Landon Mesh to the plate. The pitch is just outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Mesh the sign from Klein, the pitch. Pitch is on the outside corner. A little bit of late movement. Count evens at 1. See if Brush can get out of here and stack up the left on base for Valley. The 1-1 pitch. Upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. No place to put them, Landon. Just throw strikes, get them out. Pitch on its way. That ball swung at and missed. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Valley with 1 run in the inning. Brush with a 4-1 lead. The pitch on its way. Strike 3. Strikeout number 1 for Landon Mesh. And Valley ends up leaving the bases loaded. For Valley, they scored 1 run on 1 hit, and there were no Brush errors, but they leave 3. So after 5 complete innings of play, Brush 4, Valley 1. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Dylan Krob will lead off for the Beat Diggers, who scored 4 runs in their half of the 5th inning. Valley scored 1 in their half. That's all the score we have in the game. 4 runs. 5 hits for the Beat Diggers, 1 run, 9 hits for Valley. Dylan Krob will lead off, 0 for 2 on the day. Coach Odell jogs down to third base coach's box. Seth Kistler on the hill. Valley is stranded 10. That's a story of the game. Kistler 66 pitches, 50 strikes, 7 strikeouts. Kistler has not given up a base on ball. Pitch, curveball, called out a strike. Late movement curveball. Catches the outside corner. So Krob down on the count. No balls and a strike. Pitch, inside. A ball and a strike. A 1-1 pitch on its way, and that pitch is swung at by Krob, strike 2. Kistler took a little bit off that pitch. Krob was out on his front foot. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The next pitch, and Kistler shaking off Dudley. Called time by Krob. Umpire grants it. Kistler was taking an inordinate amount of time shaking off Dudley. Dudley stood up in the middle of that and then crouched back down. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. 70 pitches by Seth Kistler, senior for the Valley Vikings. The pitch, and that ball swung at and missed. Strikeout number 8.
So Wigan for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up number 3, Xavier Batres.
Batres comes to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Batres is hung on tough fouled off a number of pitches, but not had success at this point. Pitch, curveball, strike. The offering from Kistler to the plate, and that ball is swung and missed fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. I'm sorry. No balls, 2 strikes. Kistler can go either fastball or he can curveball. Got him set up. Pitch is outside. Curveball. More of a sweeper. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Working quickly, the offering. That pitch is outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. See if Azevedo can get a base hit here for the Beet Diggers. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. Pitch on its way. Ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Azevedo held off on that pitch. It was up in his eyes. Payoff pitch, 3-2 from Kistler. Strikeout number 9 for Kistler. And that was a curveball that just buckled Betrez's knees. Strikeout looking. Dakota Proctor had a base hit and scored for the Beet Diggers the last inning. Pitch took a little bit off, inside half of the plate, curveball, strike. Kistler's dealing today. He's throwing really well. Pitch outside, ball and a strike. You know, Kistler's pitching well enough. He should not be behind 4-1. But Valley has committed 3 errors, and Valley has stranded 10 runners. Pitch is swung at and missed by Proctor. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2, 2 outs, on its way. That ball, strikeout number 10. For Seth Kistler. So a 1-2-3 inning. This is the 3rd time the Beet Diggers have gone down 1-2-3. But Brush leads Valley 4-1 as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. You're listening to Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR. And the in-game temperature is up to 68 degrees. Blue sky all around. There are clouds off to the northeast. The wind is out of the northeast. And the Brush Beet Diggers are leading the Valley Vikings as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Clay Gable comes to the plate for Valley, number 9 in their lineup, and then they'll turn it over to the top of the order. Alfonso Medina on deck and Brody Loveland. Brush with a 4-1 lead. Ortiz gave up the 1 run last inning, an earned run. Landon Mesh came out after 2 outs in the inning, bases loaded, and gets a strikeout in order to get Brush out of the inning. And we got a pinch hitter, and that is Hunter Lucero. Take a look at what Mr. Lucero from the left side has done for Valley. Hunter Lucero hitting .250. And that ball is foul and came off Lucero's foot. Foul. So Lucero hitting .250, 3 hits in 12 at bats, 4 RBIs. And let's see what else about Lucero, Mr. Lucero. Three strikeouts in those 12 at bats. That pitch, a strike by Mesh. Ked in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Pitches upstairs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mesh, the sign, working quickly. The pitch, and that ball is hit down the right field line and foul. Brush 4 runs, 5 hits. Valley 1 run, 9 hits. Difference in the game is Valley's committed 3 errors, Brush 0. The 1-2 pitch from Landon Mesh to the plate. Curveball, strike 3. That's strikeout number 2 for Landon Mesh. Bat was still on his shoulder as the ball crossed the plate. Alfonso Medina, 1 for 3, comes to the plate. Started the game with a base hit to left field, and obviously was stranded in the first inning as we didn't have any score until the 5th inning by either team. Mesh, the pitch. That ball is fouled to the screen. Landon ahead in the count, no balls in the strike. The pitch in the dirt. Count evens at 1. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch just outside. 2 balls and a strike. Two 1 pitch. That ball is in the infield. It was just in kind of in no man's land. It was over Landon at the pitcher's mound, but between the third base, shortstop, and pitcher. And Betrez picks it up and attempts to throw him out, but not quite. So that's Valley's 10th hit on the day on a soft single in the infield. Brody Loveland comes to the plate, 1 for 3 on the day. He had a triple over Crop's head his last at bat. Pitch, that ball is strike 1. Good lead at first. Pitch is fouled down the right field line. Mesh ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, runner at first, Alfonso Medina. With kind of, let's just call it a seeing eye single in the infield. Good lead by Medina, pitch outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. See what Magic Brush has in their pocket this inning. Pitch, Medina on its way. Strike is the pitch, and Medina has second base stolen. So strikeout looking. So that's the 3rd strikeout by Mesh, but
I'll bring up number 15.
Alfonso Medina steals second base, so he's on at second. Kistler to the plate, 2 for 3 on the day. Two outs in the inning, runner at second. Number 3 hitter in Valley's lineup, Seth Kistler, pitches a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Mesh, the sign, the pitch. That ball is fouled out of play. Ball on a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner at second, 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Rush with a 4-1 lead, and that ball is fouled out of play. Throw him the dark one here, Landon. Let's get out of this inning right here. So far, Mesh struck out 3 in his 3 outs of work. One to finish the last inning, the first 2 outs here in the 6th. The 1-2 on its way, swung out, strike 3.
That goes down.
So Valley, no runs, 1 hit. They leave a runner. We'll go to the top of the 7th inning. Brush leading 4-1. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Digger Baseball. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The first pitch to Eli Klein, a curveball upstairs, ball 1. Seth Kistler on the mound for Valley Vikings throws the strike to Eli. Klein hits the ball to third base on the 1-1 pitch, throws over to first base, and the ball's past the first baseman. So Klein on at first on the throwing error by the third baseman.
That'll bring up number 2, Malachi Teal.
And Malachi Teal comes to the plate. So Valley with their 4th error in the game. See if Rush can take advantage of it, get an insurance run. Here in the top of the 7th inning as Rush leads the game 4-1. Rush on a 4-game winning streak. Kistler, the pitch, the ball hit out to left field. Left fielder catches it. And Klein back to the bag.
For the first down of the inning. That'll bring the Beat Digger
1 out
back to the top
in
of
the
the
inning.
lineup with number 6,
Landon Mesh to the plate, 0 for 3 on the day. Highly unusual for Mesh to be 0 for. See if he can get a base hit here. Kistler, 85 pitches, and that ball is in the dirt. A ball, no strikes to Mesh, 1 out here, top of the 7th inning. Rush with a 4-1 lead. 4 runs on 5 hits. Valley 1 run on 10 hits. The pitch, that ball hit by Mesh, out of play. Counts even at 1.
Going to get a courtesy runner.
Courtesy runner Gonzalez.
Number 20, Michael Gonzalez.
Michael Gonzalez at first base to run for the catcher Eli Klein. Landon Mesh at the plate and pickoff by Kistler at first base. Back in there, Gonzalez. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. Pitch swung at and missed by Landon. Mesh down on the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Number 6. Pitcher on the hill for the Beat Diggers, facing Seth Kistler, and that ball's hit down the right field line, foul. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch in the dirt and a throw down, and Gonzalez is caught in a pickle and he is out. So pitch was a ball to Mesh, but Michael Gonzalez ended up breaking towards second as the ball was in the dirt and then gets thrown out on a caught steering from catcher to first base to shortstop. 2-3-6. So Mesh, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kistler from the full windup, and that ball is hit by Mesh out to left center field. Center fielder over,
Blanco reaches over to the gap.
grabs it for the third out. So Landon Mesh 0 for 4 today. Highly unusual, but sometimes that's just the way baseball goes. So Brush, no runs, no hits.
Trailing 4-1.
They leave one runner on Valley's air. So after 6.5 innings of play, Brush 4, Valley 1, Brush 3 outs away from victory. You're listening to Beat Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beat Diggers 3 outs away from securing victory number 13 on the season. Landon Mesh on the hill for the Beat Diggers. Malachi Teal on left, Dylan Cobbin center, Dakota Proctor in right. Trenton Garrett. No, I need to switch this around. Jillick is at third. Betrez is at short. Garrett second. Ortiz is at first. Eli Klein behind the plate. Landon Mesh with 4 strikeouts in his inning and a third at this point. And he will be facing the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Valley as Brush just needs the 3 outs to secure victory. But Dudley 1 for 3 on the day. Landon Mesh settles in on the hill. Pitch to the plate. On the outside corner, strike 1. Mesh, Klein working together, and that ball swung out and missed, popped up, out of play. Mesh ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2 in the dirt. Ball on 2 strikes. The 2 seniors working together. Curveball. That one's fouled. Dudley to the screen. Third base dugout. A ball on 2 strikes. And that ball hit off Mesh's ankle and safe at first. Line drive off of Mesh's right leg, off his shin, looked like. And then ricocheted over towards third base. Jillick come in, picked up the ball, but they weren't able to get the batter at first base.
Now up for the Vikings will be number 10, Trent Mestis.
Mestis at first. I think Coach Kistler is going to do a courtesy runner for his catcher, but leaves Dudley on the bases. Mestis 1 for 3 on the day. Pitch. That ball is fouled out of play. Mesh the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Valley trailing the Beat Diggers 4-1. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Landon Mesh from the stretch. The pitch just outside. 2 balls and a strike. For Valley, after Trent Mestis is at the plate, you got Ivan Saenz and Elijah Blanco. Pitch. And that's popped up. Betrez over and squeezes it for the out at shortstop. So 1 out in the inning.
Ivan Signs.
Ivan Signs to the plate, 1 out for Valley. Mesh, 30 pitches, 20 strikes. Pitch outside corner, strike 1. And I like this umpire's strike zone. If I was pitching, man, I like umpires like this. They give you the corners. That's nice. You get a ball that has late movement, and you can end up getting the strikes. No balls and a strike. Just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sometimes when you got late movement on your pitches, umpire pulls off a pitch and you end up not getting the strike. Lead by Dudley at first. Pitch upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ivan Signs at the plate. See if Brush can get a game-ending double play right here. That ball swung and missed by Signs. Count evens at 2. Dudley, 3-step lead at first. The 2-2 pitch. Full count. Pitch was upstairs to Ivan Signs. Payoff pitch coming. 1 out. 3-2. Brush with a 4-1 lead. Bottom of the 7th inning. Runner at first. 1 out. The payoff pitch on its way. Strikeout number 5 for Landon Mesh. 2 outs in the inning. Swinging through that pitch. And number 2 is going to come to the plate. Easton Alps comes to the plate. Get some numbers on Easton Alps. And no batting average. He's been at bat twice all season. Pitch, curveball, swung at, fouled at the plate. Mesh ahead in the count. No balls and a strike. 2 outs. Brush just 1 out away, 2 strikes away from being able to secure their 13th victory on the season. Dudley leads off at first. Left-handed hitting Alps. Pitch is just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mesh gets the sign from Klein. Pitch. That ball is fouled out of play. Gillett gives chase down the third baseline past the third base coach's box. But out of play. Let's see if Landon Mesh can get strikeout number 6. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. Brush with a 4-1 lead. Curveball. Strike 3. Strikeout number 6 by Landon Mesh. Landon Mesh in his 7 innings worked, gets the save for the Beet Diggers, and strikes out 6 of the 7 outs that Valley had against Mesh. So Brush secures the victory. How about that? Nice, nice, nice. So Brush ends up winning 4-1 over the Valley Vikings. That'll only solidify Brush's spot at number 10. Could maybe even move them up to number 9, just depending. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But you're listening to Brush Beet Digger Baseball. Brush with the victory, 4-1 over the Valley Vikings. You're listening to Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR in the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush Beet Diggers with a 4-1 victory over the Valley Vikings in the 5th inning. That's when Brush scored their 4 runs. Dakota Proctor had a base hit. Eli Klein had a base hit. So runners on at first and second. And then Malachi Teal was at the plate, and he got on first base on a fielder's choice. Proctor was forced out at third. So still runners at first and second. And then Mesh ended up grounding out. Runners went to second and third. Trenton Garrett came to the plate and he hit the ball to the shortstop. Shortstop threw to first base, and the ball was low in the dirt and gets past the first baseman. So on an error, Brush scored as both. Let's see, the runner for Eli Klein and Malachi Teal scored, and then Gillick hit a single, and he was able to get on base, and then Ortiz was able to get on base. Brush, anyway, they were able to score 4 runs in that whole process. Valley had 2 errors that inning, and so Brush was able to secure their 4 runs in just the 5th inning today. Valley, they ended up scoring 1 in the bottom half of that inning. But the story of the game is Seth Kistler for Valley. He pitched well enough in order to win, but Brush was able to have the wherewithal to not give up any errors, and Brush was able to get the victory. So Brush scored 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. They leave 3 runners on base. Valley, on the other hand, they scored 1 run on 11 hits, and they had 4 errors, 2 of them in that critical 5th inning, and they leave 12 runners on base. So for Brush pitching, Edgar Ortiz, he pitched 4 2/3 innings, and he gave up the 1 run, and he had 4 strikeouts. And then Landon Mesh came in, and then Landon Mesh's 2 1/3 innings, 7 innings pitched, or 7 batters, 7 outs that he pitched to. He had 6 strikeouts. And so that's really the story of the game. Landon Mesh came in and shut the door on Valley. Valley wasn't able to do anything. For Brush hitting wise, let's see, Gillick had a hit, Ortiz had 2, Proctor had 1, Klein had 1, and the RBIs ended up going to Garrett with 2 RBIs and Ortiz with 2 RBIs for Brush's 4 runs. So for Brush, they secure the victory. They go to 13-9 on the season. Brush plays Fort Morgan on Monday at 2:30, and that'll be on 1010 KSIR and Eastern Plains Sports Network. Brush is going to definitely stay in that 10 spot. They could move up to 9. And with a victory against Fort Morgan, there's just an outside chance that they could end up getting to the 8th spot and perhaps hosting next weekend. We'll just have to see how everything unfolds. But Brush on a 5-game winning streak as we close out the season. The sound engineer and producer of Brush Beet Digger Baseball is Rose Condis. I'm Kevin Fergus with Brush winning 4-1 over the Valley Vikings. You've been listening to Brush Beet Digger Baseball on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.